Welcome back, everyone, to YGO Pulse. We are starting our first official episode of the Pulsecast. We've got some friends here. I've got Jacob, Josh, and Musket. We're going to be talking about the new Joey cards, the Numerons, and a little bit of just what we've noticed on the structure decks and the way they're printed, and a cool picture we found. So yeah, we'll get into it here. The first card that we're going to be doing is we're going to talk about the Joey cards. They were pretty cool retrains, fan favorite stuff. Everybody likes the first season. Jacob, will you just discuss some of these new cards Joey's got going on?
Yeah, would you like us to read these off first?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so first what we got is Baby Dragon actually grown up. We got 100 Dragon, level 4 Wind Dragon Effect Monster. 1800 attack, 1000 defense. Kind of a typical DM monster, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We'll use this card's name second effect once per turn. Once per turn, you can have this card gain levels equal to the number of cards you control. And if it does, it gains 100 attack for each level gained. These changes last until the end of this turn. Huh. Imagine playing this in Draco.
Wait a second. Wait, I gotta reread that one more time. There's something I do want to check.
And the second effect, if it's sent to the grave, target the face-up monster you control that was special summoned from the extra. Next time it will be destroyed by battle card effect, it is not destroyed. I do like that you can normal summon a retrained baby dragon. That's pretty cool.
The only problem with this is that it doesn't really help you.
Yeah, it's not going to be some broken card. It probably won't see play, but I do like them giving character decks new cards. For the casuals, people like to role play, just for the fun side of the game. I do like, seeing new support.
Yeah, I can see that. It's also really funny how you can set like 4 cards after this and have this be a 2200 beater.
Yes.
Wait, on top of his effect, so he gains a level for every card you control, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, he does.
All right. This thing doesn't say a maximum of 12, so is it possible to go above the level 12 for this dragon?
Unfortunately, even if you could, there's really no cards in the game that do anything beyond the level 12. But
I'm guaranteed there's some equipped spell that gives you a boost depending on your level.
I'm almost certain that it would max out at 12.
No, it wouldn't.
I do see
FA monsters.
Huh? Oh, the
FA monsters.
They can go infinite. I thought they had a max. I thought they had a maximum.
Their motorhome can go up to I've seen it go up to 14.
From what I hear, you are going to play this card, and this is how you rank up into the Exceed. I'm just kidding. But hey, it lets you get those 6s. So you can play the Genzo monster in the Joey deck.
Yeah. So
I actually have a side note real quick.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
This card doesn't say it has to be sent from the field to the graveyard. So if you Foolish Burial it protects Savage.
Yep, if it's just sent to the grave.
It can protect the Buster Well block.
Yep.
So you can send it off a Mathematician, Foolish Burial, anything like that. And so I could see it maybe being a one-of tech in a deck that abuses deck to graveyard cards.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't see much utility in any deck.
I mean, make Avramax and then Foolish Burial this.
Imagine this in.
Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, so imagine this in Lightsworn.
You just
a
mill-based deck. BA play this.
You could have multiple judgments. Oh, sorry about that, Musket.
Shut up. Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, so imagine this protecting a Judgment Dragon from a Judgment Dragon.
That's hilarious.
The card it protects does have to be something from the extra deck, though.
Yeah. Oh, does it?
Yes.
We'll go to the next one.
Let's see. Okay, so
Time Magician.
So here we have one of the cards I'm really excited about.
Yes.
The newest. Yeah, he's got. We're all gonna throw it in our Pendulum Magician decks.
Yes.
Yep. Let me just read this off real quick. So we have Time Magician. He went from a wizard to a magician, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Level 5 Light Spellcaster Fusion Effect Monster. 2000 attack, 1900 defense. It takes a Time Wizard and an Effect Monster. Once per turn, if this card was fusion summoned, you can toss a coin and call it. If you called it right, destroy as many monsters on the field as possible, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of the total original attack of the destroyed face-up monsters. If you call it wrong, destroy as many monsters on the field as possible, and if you do, you take damage equal to half the total. Okay.
So you're wiping monsters regardless of the coin toss. So it's a bit better effect.
It's a bit better. I really like that it's a instant fusion target.
Yes,
or if you want to be real creative with this, you normal summon it, then super poly.
Yeah. Yeah, Time Wizard plus super poly is just
is really because I was mainly focused on the instant fusion aspect. As a Shadal player, this is a free light instead of just being forced to summon Winda or Mudragon. Also, summon this, get a board wipe, and then fuse for construct is.
Yeah, it is nice. I like
Well,
it.
the only problem. Oh, sorry, guys.
Just from the Mech Knight Invoke side of things, any deck that natively plays Secure Gardna, which will just negate all effect damage you take for the rest of the turn after it's summoned, can essentially make this thing will negate the downside of its failed effect.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
cool.
instant fusion turns into an entire board wipe.
Well, what I don't like about it in Shadal's, going off of Josh, is that it'll pop itself. So that you're not going to be able to fuse off.
Well, Shadal builds that play Necrofusion, I played as a one of. The Shadal builds that play any more than one Necrofusion can actually still plus off the card.
I know people don't like. I think to me, this is my favorite one, but I don't know. Just because it seems like it's something that you could theoretically just play. Like just instant fusion. It is this. The other cards seem like they kind of need to actually have a game plan, and this be part of it. Let's go to the next one. Harpies finally get their synchro.
Wait, hold on, I want to talk about its art real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, its art's actually really cool because it has the polymerization, like, fusion thing in its face.
Oh, that is cool.
I didn't notice that. That's funny.
It's moving up in the world.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, next we've got Harpy
Assault Harpy Lady Scratch class.
Lady Scratch Crash. Tentative English name. Okay, tell us what it does, Jacob.
Okay, so, yeah, we have that. It's a level 8 winged beast of synchro effect monster. 2600 attack, 1400 defense. And it takes 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. For this card's synchro summon, you can treat 1 Harpy monster you control as a tuner. You can only use this card's name's a second effect once per turn. This card's name is treated as Harpy Lady while it's on the field or in the graveyard. When a spell or trap card is activated, quick effect, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls or 1 Harpy you control, return it to the hand.
That's so good.
It's good, but if you're making this in a Harpy deck, you also have Castell.
Well, the thing is, Castell does send one, but this right here, like, you've got so many. Castell has bullets. This doesn't. Like, this is once per turn, but you can always use it. And you are always going to be activating spell and traps in Harpies.
I only wish its second effect wasn't once per turn, because then you could just Elegant Egotist bounce.
Yeah, but that would make because it's not locked into Harpy spell or traps. That would make it just a too generically good level 8.
Yeah, but like they need it.
They need it, but it's not locked into the archetype. So what I'm saying is since it doesn't, you don't have to use a Harpy tuner. Any level 8 synchro deck now has a non-once per turn, like, ice barrier monster. You know, the one that let you send a card from your hand and return the card.
Brio.
But yeah, I definitely like that. I like that it's a synchro. I like that it's level 8, generic. I mean, they need all the help they can get.
Yeah, but like outside of Harpies, it's a good effect, but like if I'm making a generic level 8 synchro, why would I make this over like a Savage Dragon or maybe either a Beals or a Scarlight or something like that.
Well, yeah, I'm not trying to compare Harpy's card to Broken. I'm saying it's good for the deck. But yeah, no, it's definitely not the best like level 8 in the game.
It'd be better.
I'm just surprised Harpies didn't get the Exceeds monster. I feel like isn't Harpies like a pseudo rank 4 spam deck?
Yeah, they got a link. And they've got that pet dragon that doesn't do anything.
They also have that Xyz pet dragon, Phantasmal pet dragon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the one that doesn't do much. But yeah, they probably could have used a rank 4 Exceed more than a Synchro. But considering, this card or a rank 4 is the same thing, I guess it doesn't really matter if it was a level 8 Synchro or a rank 4, considering
I guess same.
It's the effect. I guess the effect just needs to be better.
It's kind of underwhelming.
Yep. I definitely would. I mean, you're definitely going to be playing it in Harpies, I think, because you can get it freer than other decks. You don't need a tuner, because when you're comboing Harpies, you always have more than one Harpy, level 4s. So it is free in that deck. It's not free in other decks.
I agree. It's just very underwhelming.
Mm-hmm. I don't think any of these are broken.
No, but if we're talking about underwhelming Exceeds monsters, let's move on to the next one.
Yes. Okay, let's do this Jinzo.
I'm honestly very psyched for this card, pun intended.
So its materials are 200 dragons with 2 cards on fields. No, I'm just joking.
Wish.
All right.
Okay, so here we have Jinzo Lair, a rank 6 Dark Machine Xyz effect monster. Attack 2400, defense 1500. It's a generic rank 6 that only takes 2 level 6 monsters. You can only use its first and second effects once per turn. So that's the downside, but they're very powerful. You can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, target face-up monster your opponent controls, and gain control of that monster until the end phase, but it cannot activate its effects, nor can it attack. And its second effect is, if there is a trap card on the field, you contribute 1 monster, and if you destroy 1 face-up card on the field. So obviously, these effects are supposed to be worked in tandem with each other.
Yep.
But what I see it for is a rank 6 Big Eye in a Pendulum deck that can already use Big Eye.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So with the first effect, never mind. I read that completely wrong. But my annotation to this card is, when I first read it, I was thinking Heretics, with Master Rule 5 being around and their ability to rank 6 spam, tributing a monster and then destroying a face-up card and plussing off of a Heretic monster, to me is just really good because it's generic. And then taking another card, it's just really good for them.
All right, if you're playing a pure Jinzo deck, or not pure, but any form of a heavy generic like Jinzo engine, is it a deck that you think would want to go first or second? I'm just curious.
Jinzo definitely wants to go first.
Okay, my problem is this isn't quick effect, so there's really no point in just opening this card. Like, you're never going to be doing your Jinzo plays and then ranking this and then ending your turn, because none of this is quick effects.
Right, but the only reason you would want to go first is for its second effect, because let's say you're playing Eldritch, or you're playing True Draco, or let's say you're playing Traptrix, because that deck's floating around now. They have traps. So when they flip that trap up, you chain to it.
No, the point is you can't chain. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm because it's not a quick effect. These effects can
okay.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care if it's first, second. I was just pointing out. It seems to me like you would want to go first because you want to not let your opponent play traps or whatever. But
you want to do Jinzo.
But you're not gonna be doing Jinzo plays and ending with this on your first turn board. Though going second, I think this deck would be pretty good.
Even then, I think I would still want to go first because of the Psychic Shockwave to be able to special summon the Jinzo for free. Mm-hmm. So making this and then Psychic Shockwaving into Jinzo for the lock, to me, just seems really good. But I haven't followed Jinzo, so does the deck have ranks?
The deck would like to
level
go
6
second.
I think the deck.
It does not have level 6 spam, but they do have a card that it gains a lot of advantage while it goes second, because it already has to have a trap on the board or in the graveyard.
Yep, I would say, yeah, if you're going... To me, it's weird. It seems like no matter what, it's a... To me, it seems like... I don't know. Because if it's a trap and you're the only person playing traps, then yeah, you have to go first, and this has to be a turn 3 card. Because you have to set your own trap and then use it, and then or just pray your opponent plays traps.
So, and then the common Yu-Gi-Oh sense says even face down traps don't apply, because you can control a face down trap, but the Jinzo card itself doesn't specify face up traps.
Yeah, but it would need to know, because unlike, let's say, Icarus Attack, where you can tribute a face down Wing Beast, because the card is saying tribute it, that's fine, but this card wouldn't know. So I think it would definitely need to be face up for it to work.
I believe it has to be a face-up card, a trap, because in the David's case, once you tribute that monster while it's face down, when it hits the graveyard, you're able to confirm that it was a winged beast.
There's just no way to confirm. I can't just be like, no, bro, trust me. This face down instant fusion is totally trapple, and just let me do
It's just like old hat format when people were setting like cards that weren't like artifacts.
Yeah, that's funny.
Or Infinity format when people were setting Archfiend and saying, yeah, it's a trap.
Okay, so last thoughts on these new Joey cards. Do we want? I'm of the opinion not every card in the game has to be broken. I would rather them give us these kind of cards than not ever give us new support for old decks. I find it fun to play. Now I think this type of stuff would be better if they put it in like speed duels, but these dudes seem all of these seem like Duel Links cards to me. Like they're like good, but they're not broken. But they're very good in like a slower game. I think out of all of them, you're going to be seeing maybe Time Wizard the most, just because you don't lose anything on choosing to run it in your extra off instant fusion. Though I don't see these other cards. I don't see when you would ever summon them over, any other rank 6 or any other level 8. That's my point of view. Konami, don't take this as a negative. I'm not a negative Nancy. I do appreciate this. I think there is definitely people that like these cards, and people that have their collection cards. They want to collect them. They look cool. So thank you for that. Your turn, Jacob. What do you think overall?
So I'm really excited for this Jinzo card just because it can steal monsters.
Yeah, it's definitely a great effect. Stealing monsters, it's some cards that do that are banned. So let's just say that.
Yeah, except for Warlord. Thank God he's still here.
Josh, what do you think?
My honest opinion is that outside of a collector's binder, you probably see these cards. They just don't do enough to warrant being played
that's
outside of their decks.
That's a fair point.
Because, like I said, the Jinzo one is really cool, and I think that maybe we'll see it in some spice, but the metagame is just too fast. And the fact that trap decks are even coming back is absolutely just gasses me, honestly.
Yep. To me, the Time Magician. Sorry, this is gonna take some getting used to. The Time Magician being a light level 5 is probably the most relevant thing in this series of cards. Just a instant fusionable level 5 light monster. And Musket, what do you think overall about these Joey cards?
Honestly, going over all of them, I'm real. I think 100 Dragon is probably better than we give it credit for. I could totally see. The thing is, like,
generic meal decks, I do think would like this. They're already playing like King Backjacks and stuff that you would never use, but hey, if you mill it, awesome, right? That type of strategy.
Absolutely. But here's my thing. I think Time Magician might end up. I think it's going to be a more deck dependent version of Thousand Eyes Restrict, where it's like it's clearly designed to be a go second card, right?
Yes.
So you're gonna instant fusion it, and it's probably you're probably using it to intend to bait out a monster negation.
Yeah, pretty
more
much.
than anything else.
Mm-hmm. Does it commit a
So,
summon? Like it
doesn't commit a summon.
Yep.
But unlike Thousand Eyes, who can be linked off into Anima or Link Haribo, you probably, if you're running Time Magician over that, your deck is probably built to work with level 5s or light monsters more than level 1 darks.
Yes.
Spellcasters.
So it might work. It might be a more that might fill a bit more of a niche role for certain decks.
Like I could see it like, it's
like a Cyber Dragon or something like that.
Yeah, or Polydemy or Ptolemy, or whichever one's a level 5 that spins cards. So you could pop your opponent's field, and if it lives, cool. Here's a Constellar for your troubles.
that's kind of fun in shit alls to me, to make like Winda instant fusion Time Magician.
Yeah.
And then just kind of do fun things with that.
It is kind of cool because like its effect, any board that you would activate Lightning Storm on already would be vulnerable to this too, for the most part. Because if you're gonna wipe a board, but okay. So overall, we think we kind of like them. Maybe somebody will find them. I'm not writing them off as trash. I think sometimes Konami does make cards and then the player base just writes it off at first without ever actually doing any testing whatsoever, and they find, okay, this is a bit more playable than we thought. I could see 1,000 Eye or 100 Dragon in some generic mule deck.
I mean, I could see it on a meta front if enough players gave it.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on to the Numeron.
On to our next topic of discussion for today.
We'll start with the main deck monster. And everyone that watched Zexal, you already kind of know what this deck does. They were actually more true to it than I thought they would be. I always thought, oh, these cards can't come to real life Yu-Gi-Oh! They're too powerful. And guess what? They probably shouldn't have come to Yu-Gi-Oh! Real life. They're too powerful.
Because they're too powerful.
All right, let's start with Numeron Wall.
So here we go. We have Numeron Wall, a level 1 Dark Fiend effect monster. 0 stats all around. You can only use its first effect once per turn. If you control no cards or every card you control is named Numeron Wall, quick effect. You can send this card from your hand or your side of the field to the graveyard. Take 1 Numeron Network from your hand or deck and activate it. Second effect. When you take battle damage, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, end the battle phase at the end of the damage step.
Wow. Any deck that runs Battle Fader should just play this instead. Or like, all right, let's see.
I think the card is actually insane.
Yeah, itself.
What? Okay, so I actually have some things about this card.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you play Magician's Souls, you can special Souls, activate Where Art Thou, and search this card. And you're going to end the turn on potentially a Link Karibo and S0.
So is there a way for like Pendulum to use this, like after they use their souls? Or something?
Probably,
like, just,
but
like not change their combo, but just add in the combo.
Probably, but the extra deck space is really tight already in that deck, and you'd be like running 5 cards for this combo.
I will say that is a heavy extra deck thing, and then like a heavy extra deck commitment, and if it doesn't go off, you're like, oof, that kind of hurts.
Yeah. Also, I like how it's better than Battle Fader.
I wouldn't say. Okay, I spoke too soon. Yeah, a Battle Fader, if you're just using it only for the 2, Battle Fader's better because you're not taking any damage at all. But I was saying, I meant in the terms of if it gives decks that stall. Now it gives a battle phase that can special things.
Yeah, so I like it under the fact that you can 1-for-1 it.
Mm-hmm. That is nice.
Because I mean, I don't want to give it to a deck but like Rika has the Rika pedal.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have that much support, and so you could add the engine in, because the engine itself would be fairly small.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Especially decks that don't need like a lot of extra deck space. Okay.
Like yeah. Any deck that's running Pot of Extravagance, like this is what you fill it with.
Yeah.
These cards.
You're just like, okay, cool. I don't care if I see it or not. Let's go to the next one. Number 1.
We got going over number C1.
Oh yeah, C1.
So here we are. Chaos number 1. Gate of Chaos Numeron Sunya. Rank 2 Dark Machine Xyz Effect Monster. 2000 attack, 1000 defense. It takes 4 level 2 monsters. We're never hard summoning this. You can also Xyz summon this card by using one number 1 Numeron Gate Ecom you control as material. Transfer its materials to this card.
Wow.
If this card is Xyz summoned, banish all monsters on the field. Once per turn during your standby phase, after this card's banished, you can special summon this banished card. Then if you control Numeron Network, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half, total attack of all banished Xyz monsters.
Wow.
All right, so in the same day, we have officially power crept Time Magician.
In the same take.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong.
What I like about this is that it doesn't say original attack.
Well, can you have a modified attack on a banished card?
No.
No.
Because this is not referring to the attack of all the monsters you banished by this effect. This is referring to just straight up all banished Xyz monsters.
So
is it talking about the attack when they're on the field or while they're banished?
This is saying while it's banished. So
Okay.
if I for whatever reason have a banished Hope Harbinger Dragon, then that's going to be an extra 3,000 on top of whatever we dish out to them.
Is there any way that like Maju decks can run this engine now?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I see
Like
that
they already will.
yeah, they have a million banished cards, and if you just see this, you're like, oh, that's some free damage. Plus, I could see doing effect damage first and then swinging for the rest with a Maju. Just easy.
And also, since Maju doesn't have a strong normal summon to go first, their normal summon can literally just go to Planet Pathfinder to search out the field spell that we're going to be talking about soon.
Soul absorption, gain a million life, burn a million life, and then attack for a million.
They can just sit for a while, sitting pretty.
Yep. Okay, how about we go to number 2 or C2 or whatever you put?
No, it's just number 1.
Okay, number 1. Gotcha.
So, the next 4 numbers that we're going to be talking about now.
Oh, they all have the same effect. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, they have all the same effect.
Okay.
So, number 1 through 4, Gates of Numeron, they're all rank 1 light effect Xyz monsters that take 3 level 1 monsters, right? And they all have 1000 attack, 100 defense. They have 2 effects. They cannot be destroyed by battle, and at the end of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can attach 1 Xyz material from this card, double the attack of all Numeron monsters you control for the rest of the turn. This is why I was asking if it was C1 was going to take the attack of them on the field, because these guys can potentially get up to 16,000 attack points.
I haven't even... Oh, man. I couldn't tell you. The combo already kind of hurts my brain. I know it'll be simple once I figure it out, but I haven't wrapped my head around it, so I couldn't tell you the rulings on it just yet. Till I see it in action.
These guys are pretty cool. I'm glad we're getting the original numbers 1 through 4 instead of the quote-unquote fake numbers that they have in the show.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Only the Zexal fans.
Yeah, I remember that when he summoned number 1 or whatever, and it wasn't the right one.
The mosquito thing?
Yeah. Because I remember seeing that in the show, but like, this is underwhelming for the original number.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think these gates are cool. You're not going to be using them for their effect unless you want to go for damage.
Mm-hmm.
But they can kill.
No,
right.
but look, it's totally fine. These all take 3 level 1s, and like, what are we gonna? There's no way to get like all 4 of them on the field at the same time, right?
Yeah, never, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure
never.
there's no cheesy card to do it, right?
I have a little bit of a wombo combo with this already in mind.
Well, let's go. Let's do that after we read the rest of these cards.
Because all these 1 through 4 is all the same.
Yeah, so here we go. We have their field spell. You ready, David?
Yep.
So we have Numeron Network. You can only use this card's name's first effect once per turn. During your main phase, you can send 1 Numeron normal spell that meets its activation conditions from your deck to the graveyard. This effect becomes that spell card's effect when that card is activated. 2. Effects of Numeron Xyz monsters you control that activate by detaching Xyz material can also be activated without detaching material.
Yep. So you don't need those. You're not actually. I love it.
Yeah.
They did nerf
So
it a little bit from the TV show. So in the TV show, you could send.
Zexal was dumb.
Yeah, you could send traps. You could pretty much send any card you wanted, and it could be during either player's turn. So you could just whatever they do, if you have a trap that counters it, you could just use it from the deck.
This field spell is not very good on its own. That's why there's another card that goes out with it.
Yes.
That is insane.
Uh-huh. Okay. I don't have any more picks for anything else, so you just have to tell us what the other ones are.
Just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling.
No, I'm at the bottom. Oh, wait, here we go.
Here we go.
Numeron Calling?
Yep. Numeron Calling is a normal spell. It has one effect. If Numeron Network is in your field zone and you control no monsters, special summon up to 4 Numeron Gate Xyz monsters with different names for your extra deck, but banish them during the end phase. Also, for the rest of the turn, you can only normal or special once.
There you go. There's your cheese.
Yeah, and I didn't know it said special summon up to 4 Numeron Gates.
Yeah, but you don't have to. Okay.
So this card comboed with the field spell can get your 4 gates out.
And also, I guess what everybody's been doing to make it the main combo is Utopic Zexal, right?
Yep, because Utopic Zexal just requires 3 Xyz monsters with the same rank.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's 3 number Xyz.
So what you do is terraforming into the field spell, activate this spell card, and that equals, quite literally, this spell card and terraforming equals Utopic Zexal.
Oh,
No, just a field spell because it sends it from the deck.
Yep.
Oh, that's just
So
terraforming. Terraforming
is-
equals Utopic Zexal?
Yep.
Is that what we're saying?
And also, and also, you're playing 10 copies of Numeron Network.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 2020.
Playing 3 Planet Pathfinder, 3 of the Numeron Wall, 3 of
the
itself,
spell.
and then you have 1 terraforming.
And you can even throw an 11th with a brick if you want to run set rotation.
This is hilarious to me. We're like,
Yeah,
let's
but-
just print this.
I do believe if this goes back to being meta, Ghost Ogre will be able to counter it, because the cost is sending the Numeron normal spell that meets its activation from your deck to the graveyard.
Yes, wow.
So you're going to activate Ghost Ogre upon chaining to its effect activation.
Also remember, even if okay, no, never mind. I was mistook.
I mean, is this gonna be in a side set for OCG? Like, what is it in? For us, this wouldn't be in a core set for us, right? It'd probably be in
This is
some,
Battle of the Legend.
Battle of the Legend stuff. Oh, is it confirmed already?
Yeah, I believe so.
Cool. I mean, I want to play this in real life. I will be adding it in. I'm that guy. I want a terraforming to equal Utopic Zexal.
I can't wait to play my Ghost Ogres again.
If it lives. If Utopic Zexal lives.
Yeah, if it survives this ban list.
Yep. Let's see.
Can we talk about my little crazy deck idea real quick?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
what's
ahead.
your deck idea?
So, as we all know, people are playing the level 8 Danger Engine to get to Numeron Dragon OTK.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You mean number 100 with Draglubion?
Yeah, so you make that combo, right? And then you can just put the big dragon in the extra monster zone and turn it into a link monster and have all 4 spots open and essentially get Numeron Dragon up to 5, 10, 15, 20,000 attack.
That'll do it.
Oh, that's
Because
dumb.
because
Numeron Dragon's a
because
Numeron.
Because he's a Numeron card.
Damn.
Oh
And
my god,
and
the
the
gates.
combo would be free. Like, it's 2 dangers and terraforming.
Depending if you get the dangers, though, you're gonna have to play like multiple Ogopogo, multiple Thunderbird, multiple Bigfoot.
Dude, just play Blue Eyes.
So does every rank 8 danger deck. That's what they play is 3/3/3, and then you don't even have to play Numeron Wall. You can, but you don't have to. So like you can essentially 1-for-1 the wall out, get the field spell, make the rank 8, link, summon all 4, and just attack green. Like,
I mean, that's. I'm excited to see what this engine can do for some decks.
I'm not.
I mean, the game. I mean, right now we're in a 2-deck format of Eldritch and Emancipator anyway, so at this point I don't care.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah. You know what? On second thought, you're probably right.
Until
I mean,
a ban list is hit, gets rid of.
I mean, we have multiple. There are multiple decks that can consistently put out an extra deck lock and infinite negation, and those are not seeing meta play right now.
Yep.
So who knows? Maybe this will just go completely. Who knows? Maybe this will just go completely under the grid.
It's just one of those things. I think right now, the way I've been talking about it is pretend it's like when Zodiac first came out. We had to slodge through it until they start hitting cards. Like right now, Emancipator and all these other everything's at 3. Everything's at 3. All of their tech cards are at 3. So we just got to deal with it until we get a ban list. I mean, this is how it is.
Yep.
It happens every once in a while. But we'll go back to this topic. I think any final words, Musket, on these Numeron cards?
I 100% believe that if Emancipator and Eldritch survive the next ban list, that Utopic Zexal is getting banned.
I mean, I don't know why Eldritch couldn't just play this anyway, right?
Yeah, dude, it's so
free.
scary.
Eldritch can play this.
It's
That's
so free.
the scary thing.
Yeah, like it's so free. I mean, it doesn't conflict with what they're doing.
Like I said at the beginning, any deck that runs Pot of Extravagance, this is what you run, and you run this as a backup plan.
Yeah, there's what 3, 6, 12. How many Numeron cards are there? I'm only seeing.
There's exactly 12. If you run 3 of everything, there's 12 of the Numerons, and then you run 3 Utopic Zexal.
Yep, and you don't even have to get all of them. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all it takes.
Imagine not being able to play a game.
Yep, it's just like I'm gonna do all my Eldritch stuff, but also you can't play. So, yeah, it's a bleak, shadowy place we're heading towards. Okay, next topic and final one is just kind of not something we'll dwell on, but it's something we noticed. So we got a Dragoonity leak for a construction deck. A while back, we found a picture. I think it was on Zodiac. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. I forgot where I took this from. It shows a bunch of the structure decks that got printed in TCG throughout time and OCG, and all the we'll call them re-waves or retrains, whatever you want to call it, just updated, more meta versions of them. So it had guessed that Merrick was next just from history, but as you know, Merrick is getting cards in it's getting its own speed duel structure deck, and also it's getting they're just redoing all the legendary stuff. So he's for all intents and purposes, he's got new cards coming. So
yeah, Merrick's gonna get all of his stuff in the legend. If the new legendary duelist wasn't happening, we'd probably be getting a Winged Dragon of Raw structure deck.
Yes, but so it skipped to where you would think. So you would think it would skip to Dragoonity, and guess what? Today we just found out. Awesome. So if you want to, just if you can find this, we'll find. If you would come to the Discord, we have this. You can kind of find some decks, and honestly, I'm kind of using this as advice to maybe buy cards in the future. Like you say, okay, next, I think we should probably maybe get cards that's relevant to the Hyperion strategy, because it would be the next one after Dragoonity. But this kind of we just found it. It's just a little cool thing that shows you what might be next. I'm very happy Dragoonity's getting cards because I just got that core, not because I thought a new rewave was coming, but I just like Dragoonities. They're dragons and wing beast, a couple of my favorite, and I like the lore of it. It's like a political thing. It's kind of cool. But yeah, any final words anyone wants to talk about from any topics today?
Okay,
Musket, you can go.
I've got something about my biggest concern for this Dragoonity structure deck is their entire Dragoonity's whole gimmick is being equipped, right? Is equipped card, equipping monsters, right?
Then special for like free fodder.
Exactly. I'm terrified that they're gonna have some new card in this structure deck that's gonna have some crazy interaction with Union Hanger. Like there's gonna be some card that doesn't matter what it's equipped to, and like when it's special summoned, you get a board wipe or something insane like that.
Or just a card that says target
Or
target one of your Dragunity cards, equip 5 from deck.
Exactly.
At this point, I could believe it with what's getting printed. So,
but I don't know what they're gonna do for a boss monster, considering they've already got the level 12 Ascalon, and Ascalon's like a good card.
It might just be more consistency in the engine. I mean, it might not need a new monster. Or I could see them printing a new main deck monster. There's
at least gonna be new one of, like, what are they called, the Arma Dragunities? That's like the bigger ones.
Yeah, I could see. I think we'll probably get like a new version of the Leviathan thing.
What I think they can get is another like regular spell card that's going to be a foolish and equipped at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it'll send one card from your deck to the graveyard, equip one Dragunity that is available.
I definitely
from
don't
your
think Dragunity is even terrible now. It's just the rest of the game is so fast. It makes even this deck that can synchro spam and link spam like crazy make it look terrible. So I mean,
no,
yeah.
if they're gonna get a spell card, they're gonna get something like Malefactor's Command, where it's just like equip a Dragunity monster from your deck to an appropriate target, something along those lines.
They already have that. It's the Divine Lance.
They do have the Divine Lance.
Any last thoughts on what they could do for Dragunity or anything about structure decks, Josh?
I personally have a lot of thoughts of what they could do with the structure deck, but I'm going to stick to 3.
Okay.
I think that Musket is correct in the Union Hanger aspect, because the deck alone has so much ability to do things that making a Union Hanger off of a dead hand and making it live is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
We need interaction outside of Dragon Ravine.
Mm-hmm.
So if we could get maybe like Jacob said, a normal spell card that either even if it's like a search and equip from hand kind of thing, like discard a card, search one from deck to hand, and then do things like that. Any aspect of equipping or searching is good, because the deck outside of Dragon Ravine doesn't have necessarily a search.
Mm-hmm.
And the other aspect I wanted to touch on was reprints. As we know, I think it was Barca went insanely up in price for no reason. So I think this gives them a good chance to reprint all of the extra deck monsters. As we see, they've been including a lot more extra deck monsters in with the structure decks, i.e. Shadal's, basically reprinting their entire monster lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So I think reprints of Vadriana, Gator, Gabolg, everything like that is going to be pretty needed.
I did buy the entire Dragunity core, every card that has Dragunity in the name, and some of them were more expensive than I thought they needed to be. So I couldn't tell you which ones.
Original prints?
I didn't have them memorized, unfortunately, because I'm not every deck that I collect I know what they do, but I did notice that some of them were more expensive than I thought they needed to be. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, Jacob, any last words just on the Pulsecast in general?
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get more of these out to you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell.
Yes, please.
For updates.
If you do like this long-form discussion, please leave likes. It really will help us gauge interest. I noticed that most of what you like are definitely the deck list, and we will be getting more of them out to you, I promise. But anything else you want us to? Any other kind of videos you want us to make, just let us know. We'll do our best. Follow us on Instagram. We are very active over there. We now have a Twitter, Facebook, and if you would just, I'll leave a link to the description of the Discord. We'd love for you to come join our Discord. We're in here all the time, just having fun, talking, playing games, dueling. We try to get into the online tournaments. You can be in videos if you want to. So everybody just come join the YGO Pulse Discord. We thank you for watching and have a good one.